Hey guys, OG Silverback here, and I got my great instructor Casey Lake back again for a second interview. We're gonna dive deep into some Warrior Den topics. Hey Casey, how you doing today, man?
Yeah. What's up, guys? I'm doing wonderful today. I hope everyone out there is doing really good, and we're sending you a lot of love and power, man.
Awesome, man. You looking good, man. Like you've
Yeah,
been out in the sun, this kicking it, huh?
I have been. I've been working out a lot and spending a lot of time outside. I just got a little dog, little puppy, half pit, half schnauzer. So I've been
Nice.
spending a lot of time outside, and the ladies been loving him too. So
Oh, definitely,
it's
dude.
been
Yeah,
really fun.
yeah. They love
Yeah,
little cute doggies, man.
yeah, man. So it's been good. Just training consistently, always, every day in the park. Actually, I wake up and I do some of my training, but I love to go to this park down the street where it's just nice trees and grass and everything. And all warriors, you need that Zen place.
Oh yeah,
People, you might go through different phases in your life, like lockdown. We don't have martial arts schools right now, or we don't have schools right now, but you know, finding that place in nature, finding that courtyard, whatever you can, and make that your dojo. Make a dojo wherever you can.
hmm It was
Because
funny.
we gotta. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Casey.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, it's funny you say that because part of the military initiative, man, what made our training different
Mm,
from traditional martial arts, man, we trained in the jungle, we trained in the desert, we trained in the mountains, we trained in the valleys. Like it's a whole different feeling training out in nature with
yeah.
what do you call it when it rains and the snows and the elements? Yeah, it's a whole
Yeah,
different
the
level of
elements.
training than in a nice, comfy dojo with the mat on the
Yeah.
ground and there's no rocks and no bugs and all that.
100%, dude. 100%. And that's why I love the martial arts, that I've studied that incorporates a lot of that, like fighting in the water,
Yeah,
learning how to drown each other, learning how
yeah,
to get out of those situations, and fighting in the sand, dirt, rocks, different level stuff, knowing how to, move in nature, how to throw some dude up against a root, and hold his head against a root or something,
yeah.
one time, Hatsumi Sensei did that to me. You guys know he's the 34th generation grandmaster of ninjutsu of Bujinkan.
Right.
One time in Japan, he held my head against a root with his knee on my neck, and he put this on my nose, and he got nails like garlic, so they're all thick and they files like a demon nail, right? So he puts one right here and then this one behind my eye with all of his body weight on this root and his knee on my neck. And my whole body felt like I was on the electric chair or some shit.
Whoa.
And he didn't let go until I surrendered and died. So at this moment, I'm like, this hurt so bad. But you know what? I'm done. Like, I just faded. I just faded my nervous system and let go and just dissolved from it and accepted death. Like fuck it, you know, and just did that movement, And after that, like it was like some kind of Kundalini initiation kind of pain response experience within myself because like I overcame the pain consciously. It was severe pain, but even in severe pain, we can choose to phase it out of our mind, and detach our mind from our body, just like when we fuse it all together.
Right.
So that was a really good lesson to learn how to detach from even excruciating pain.
Wow, man,
You
that's
know,
amazing, man.
yeah,
It
yeah. Well,
sounds
I'm
like
sure
kind
you've
of
been through some of that.
yeah. What sounds like when me and Kyle were in special forces in Concho, man, the type of
Yeah.
training we had to go through, bro.
Oh
I
yeah.
used to do mind body disassociation. I used to take my mind to a happy place because my body was in such torment that if I'd have stayed there,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to deal with
Yeah.
that reality, man. And it just teaches you how
Totally.
to go outside of your body and go to a happy place while you deal with the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's some amazing warrior skill, and at the same time that can be we got to watch it because those skills can be detrimental too if we don't know how to harness it right because then people will disassociate from their problems too much.
Oh, right,
So
definitely, yeah,
there's like there's always a balance with these skills that I found, you know,
yeah. You got to
because
balance in
then it
life, man.
takes yeah, because it might take people out of reality. So all this training really checks your mind if you can come back into a congruence, and come back to sane and be present right after that. Kind of like Hannibal Lecter, you know, in the Silence of the Lambs movies, you know,
Yeah.
where he slows his heart rate down and they
Oh,
think he's like dead
that's
or in a
amazing,
coma.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but people do these things,
Oh
you
no,
know.
definitely, man. In India, they got
Yeah,
these masters, man, that just these yogi masters, man, can just make yourself like they're dead, bro.
yeah, yeah. And the guys, yeah, they meditate for 13 days in a state of paralysis
Yeah.
without pissing or shitting or eating, you know, and they just freeze, you know, and you know that's a lot of what this is about. Like doctors, fuck, like Dr. Joe Dispenza. Everyone's hearing a lot about Dr. Joe Dispenza right now in the science of meditation, but he's really just doing hypnosis without calling it hypnosis.
Right.
And like
Right.
putting people in trance states of consciousness enough where their ADHD or their mind, they don't move their body, but they reach a point to overcome the pain of sitting for a long time. And when you do that and you reach those points, you overcome a lot of bullshit that you were holding on to before.
Oh heck yeah, man.
Everything
Yeah.
seems less of a big deal, you know.
Yeah, it seemed less
Yeah,
important, man. Because
yeah,
I was gonna
you
make a
know.
video about David Goggins, man. I don't know if you're familiar with David
Oh
Goggins,
yeah,
Navy
yes,
SEAL dude, man. And he's
yes,
like, he has the ability to take his mind outside of his body and do things with his body. Like, you know, he's ran for 13 days straight, dude, and ran on broken ankles and feet, bro, and
broken legs.
just crazy
Yeah,
stuff, man. You know, endured stuff that I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? So I thought I was a beast. This dude's next level transcendental meditation, man.
yeah,
It just goes to show the
yeah.
power of the
Wow.
mind, bro.
Oh, so amazing, mind over matter, you
Yeah.
know. And then it goes to show then when we get mind over matter and those amazing physical skills of survival, you know. But when it comes to putting up with too much bullshit in our personal life, like relationship, that's where I think sometimes where for personally me it can get stunted where I'm like, okay, just like water off a duck's back with a bunch of things, you know. But then being able, you can experience a lot of resistance. Like being a warrior, we how much resistance can you handle, right? Like you train every day, you build a schedule every day, and you keep going. But when it comes to kind of women, it can be different, right? Because you don't want to put up with that resistance,
Right. Yeah. I know, right?
you know.
But I think it gets
Yeah,
to a fine balance because I find with me, Sensei Casey, man, that you know, sometimes I get so much into my male. You know how you got the yin and yang. I get into so much into my maleness, man, that I lose an appreciation for the female energy, and part of it is a resistance. It's just how much is tolerable, you know, in a relationship. But there's dealing with females. There's always going to be some resistance because that's how we're made, man. We yin with the yang, right? And I think it makes me a stronger man when I have to deal with that
yeah,
resistance, man, because then it makes you learn to be calm and to learn to weather that storm, right? But then some
yes,
women are they're just hot mate. There's this hot crazy matrix that's on the internet, and sometimes the hotter the girl is, the more resistance you got. So I'm trying to find a girl that's like maybe an 8 or a 7, and then I can
yeah,
deal with her because when I get to tens, bro, they're off the chain. They just throw me off my path, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They throw me off the path because
yeah.
so much emotional investment and so much resistance and the energy and all that.
Work,
And it just throws me, and I'm drained,
investment.
dude. I'm drained. I don't even want to train. I
Yeah,
just
man.
curl up in a fetal position.
Oh shit. Right, you
I'm
know,
just
yeah.
keeping
So
it
it's
real.
like,
I'm just keeping it
yo,
real,
dude,
man.
yeah, dude, it's so true. So it's you know, I like what you said. Without resistance, there's no growth, or something you said. You know, so you know, press. You know, the enemy to resistance is comfort zones.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
and then or beating or going up the river too hard like a salmon. You know, so it's like, what's the right amount of resistance to get the
Exactly.
kind of growth that you want? You know, and I
Exactly.
think that's what we have to ask ourselves, like how much realistically on an individual level, how much resistance can you handle? And through training we can see our strengths and our weaknesses, where we can handle different resistances, emotional resistances, physical resistances, you know. And I think as men it's easier for us to handle physical resistance and use strength and power. But when it comes to emotion, sometimes, you know, sometimes a lot of men can't deal with a lot of emotional resistance,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know.
Hey, but to
And
add to that, Sensei
yeah,
Casey, I I remember when I was married, man, and my wife was like a 10, but she had a
Yeah.
lot of drama, right? And we went to marital counseling. And this went both. We went to two different marital counselors. One was male, and my wife fired him, and then we went to a female one, and they both told me the same thing. They go, "Hey Rico,
Uh,
man, the fact that you're doing martial arts, you're lifting weights, and you're running, and then you got a stressful job, dude. You can't afford to come home and have your wife be like, well, just with her
yeah.
stuff too." He said, "You're gonna have to
Yeah.
make a decision. No, sit in front of my wife. You're gonna have to make a decision. Either she's gonna tone it way down so you can operate at a even playing field, or you're gonna have to part
Yeah.
ways with her because she's destroying you, bro." So to answer your question, dude, like if a man
Yeah.
works out a lot and he's really physical and stuff, you, that's stressing to your body, right? But then you got a female who's adding a lot of additional drama for no reason, bro. It's like
Yes.
sometimes it's too much, man.
Absolutely. That's why a lot of successful people or people that are really determined in their path, they cut away a relationship.
Hey, you know what they
And
call that? They call it monk mode. A
yeah.
lot of dudes be like, "I'm going
Monk
monk mode."
mode. That's right. That's right. Monk mode, for all those guys going through that phase, monk mode, it's a good time, man.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
when, what I'm saying? Cause I know you've gone through hell of monk mode,
Yeah, man.
and I have gone through some monk mode, and those are great, super great times to tap in spiritually, because you don't got, any women distracting you. You can just go headlong into your thing and use all that sexual transmutation like they talk about in Think and Grow Rich,
Yes.
and add that to your level of your drive,
Yeah,
and
bro.
yeah, so it's all balance, for me, like I would go out and go on hikes for days on ends, and like fast and do the meditation and do all the mountain training and stuff, all that ascetic stuff. Like I think it's a really valuable time. So if you're a dude and your life, um, you're not getting a lot of tail right now, or that's not even the point of being, it's like work on yourself as much as possible. I know a lot of dudes who have trouble getting girls, and they just struggle without ever working on themselves.
Right.
And so they're trying to get like the lowest hanging fruit sometimes, and then they're never really happy because they haven't invested in themselves, and they're not being the person that they would like to be with, in a sense,
Yep.
and that's why warrior training is so important. You invest in yourself first. We can't have war going on at home.
No.
The female for this day and age, is to support the man, and we keep the woman safe,
Yep.
and like have proper boundaries, and what's up. Just like in our movement in like Tai Chi, you have the boundaries of your body, of where the Tai Chi is flowing and where you keep it all. And no one will know how to treat you unless you tell them how to treat you.
Right.
So it's like, how do we command, like, how do you command respect, OG, from a
By the
woman?
way, first of all, it starts with the way I love myself. Sensei Casey, I got self love and
Mm-hmm.
self respect. I respect myself. I'm valuable, and so then I carry myself in such a way when a person crosses the boundaries that I've set. You know, then I let them know. I let them know verbally, like, "Hey, what you're doing is unacceptable. So if we're gonna like to relate or whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna have to find a happy medium because what you're doing right now is not respectable to me." And then if they continue in that fashion, I remove myself from the situation, man, because then I know I'm gonna feel disrespected. And then, like you used to say to me back in the day, I'm gonna pull the mask off. And once I pull
Yeah.
the mask off, it's hard to put it back on. So I just learned through counseling. It's like, oh, if a person's doing some things that are disrespectful that I don't appreciate, I let them know verbally, and I try to talk about it. If they're not, some people you just can't, logically have a conversation with. I remove myself from that situation. How about you, Casey?
Yeah. Um, Well, for me, I focus on my thing, and there's females in relationships that have been really in line and supportive with my thing, and then I've had crazy hot girlfriends that, are taking me off the tracks, like you said, those tens, and, they could just be flipping out, because girls at that level, sometimes they're dying and they love for you to cherish them. They want the red carpet treatment. They give you the Disney tests, and the Disney tests is kind of crazy sometimes, you know, because there's all sorts of expectations and attachments there,
But what's
you
the
know,
Disney test,
and
Casey?
well, that you know, hopeless romantic type,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
instead of, you know, like making these crazy stories of these crazy whipsaws of emotions, you know, and this you know, a lot of drama basically, you know.
Right, right.
And do we really want to be, this is going on a little tangent here, do we really want to be in the relationships that are all about fight and fuck, fight and fuck, you fight and make up and fuck,
Not
fight
me.
and fuck, fight and fuck, fight and fuck,
Yeah,
you
not
know?
me.
It's you know, because dudes, you get addicted like that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
get addicted to those hormones and
Oh,
those
definitely.
patterns and
Yeah, the
everything,
highs and the lows, man.
you know. Yeah.
Hey, but I
You
wanted
know,
to
so I agree. I
go ahead.
agree with you, Rico. Like, you know, I want a level-headed woman that respects my thing, that respects training. You know, what really is a good woman for a warrior, a martial artist, some man who's really focused on his career? You know, what is a good woman? And you know, I've honestly been talking very deeply to my friend who is very deeply Christian,
Hmm.
and they have a lot of good views. And I'm not necessarily Christian, but I really appreciate the family values and the interrelational things in the family, you know.
Sure.
And you know, I like what is said a lot, that a man should support a woman 100%. But we got to understand, women have a lot of these proclivities that can tempt us,
Right.
you know, into all sorts of things. And we gotta we gotta be able to watch out that we don't fall for those traps, you know, because you know, we all have a darkness in us that
Right.
can be manipulative and controlling.
Yep.
And if we can't find that within ourselves and discipline that thing within ourselves and call it for what it is, then we're just going to be caught in a web of endless bullshit with no matter who we're with,
Yep.
because we can't call out bullshit,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
So I personally, you know, I like to be a very compassionate type person, teacher, and kind of point to the direction where we can all go, you know. But if you can't snub something and say like what's right for you and make a clear boundary, then your soup, the ingredients of your soup, is never going to become clear like a masterpiece. Just like you were talking, Rico, with your friend who really fell off the wagon of success in your guys' momentum,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So the same thing, like what is the equation that's going to add up? Like, are you more peaceful? Do you feel more content, like when you're away from here? Do you feel the trust and the foundation that you're a team, you know, and you're there to raise a family? You're not just there to be fucking, you know, just degenerates, you know. And you know, there's got to be a bigger picture, you know, and a
Right.
holistic thing. You
Right.
know, Jesus says, how you treat the least of these is how you treat me,
Yep.
you know. So like, how can I treat, how can men and women and treat our students and our teachers all in, or our dogs, our pets, all with that level of respect,
Hmm.
you know.
Hmm. Hey, but to add to what
Yeah.
you were saying about the young men and the warrior like mentality, this is what I tell a lot of guys, and I want to get out on this channel, Sensei Casey. I tell a lot of guys who are like chasing after women, like whatever you chase, you repel, man. This is what I found. I'm going to be completely
Yes.
transparent with you. I'm going to tell you the true
Yes.
story. So when I first got out of prison, which I'm going to call the University of Life, Sensei Casey, I have been in monk mode for 10 years. No, I have been in monk mode because
Yeah.
I'm not a homosexual. I'm not bisexual.
Yes.
I don't believe in jacking my chicken, none of that. So I came out with all this, dude, clarity and testosterone and just self mastery. And dude, my
That's
first two
awesome.
years out of prison, I didn't even mess with women, dude. Like they were invisible to me because I went 10 years. That's like you going 10 years without a Big Mac, right? And
Wow.
then you walk by a Big Mac, you don't even see it anymore. You're just like, because you're so cleansed your body, right? And dude, I
Yeah.
accomplished so much in those 2 years, bro. It was amazing. And the fact that I was
Wow.
focused on my martial arts, my workouts, my computers, bro, I got so successful.
Yeah.
Women were just like throwing themselves at me. I felt like you, like when you walk down the street with all the women throwing themselves at you. I felt like that. And then my buddy says to me, like, "Hey, man, you've been out of prison for 2 years. You're very successful. You should treat yourself, man. Like, get some punani, man." And then as soon as I got some punani, man, my upward trajectory, I'm just being honest, up my upward trajectory, like I was
Yeah.
going like this. It just kind of just started tapering off because, man, in my opinion, dude, you should work on yourself and focus on yourself, and then the women will come to you, bro. But then here's the problem.
It's so
If the
true.
women come to you, you still got to stay focused on your path. And to add to what you're saying, if a woman is not in alignment, like this is what I told, the dude we both knew that fell off the bus. I said, dude, if I'm going to LA and you trying to go to San Francisco, man, we not in alignment. So any woman that I run into, if she's not in alignment with my path of being successful and being a warrior, then no matter how hot she is or how banging the punani is, bro, I just have a come to Jesus talk to myself, and I just let her go, man.
Yeah, man, that content. You got to be content and make that decision of what's right for you.
And sometimes it's hard.
Man, that's powerful.
Sometimes it's hard, bro.
So Rico, give us I don't know if you're open to this, but can you give a personal example of one where you got very determined,
like
and where you made a decision
to let her go? Yeah, man.
Because I have one.
I'll give you a prime example. It was my ex-wife, dude. She was a 10 out of 10, bro. Just so hot and just beautiful and sexy, man. I worshipped her, bro. But then, dude, it was so much drama, so much draining my energy, dude. I didn't want to work out. I didn't even want to go to work. I loved her so much, Casey. I just wanted to lay in the bed naked with her and just do the kundalini all the time, And I would put up with so much abuse. So then I went to see Anthony. I went to see Tony Robbins for a week, bro. And he put me through meditation. Tony Robbins put me through some meditation. And he was like talking about being the best version of yourself. And he's like, how can you be the best version of yourself? Anything that's in your way, take it out of your path. I don't care if it's family, friends, a dog, whatever. And I just thought about myself. How can I be the best version of myself? And she wasn't in that picture, bro. So when I came back from Anthony Robbins, guess what I did, man? I divorced her, man.
What did you do, man?
I divorced her.
Oh, shit. Woo, that's intense. Divorce. Anthony Robbins to divorce. That's clarity right there, man.
Hey, you know who Anthony Robbins is, man? You know who Anthony Robbins is?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hey, man,
I've read Awaken
the Giant with him.
He reminds me of you, man. But he just
I'm working on it.
Yeah, he just be on you, man. He was like, let's be honest with ourselves here. What would make you the best version of yourself without any drama, any stress, any dealing with resistance? And when I looked at it, all that equaled to her, and I just made a decision, bro. How about you, man?
Wow, Rico, real quick, I want to say that's huge, man. Like, that's a real warrior move right there, to like honor and respect that. Whoa. For me, when I was running my dojo, I had this bipolar girlfriend that was smoking hot, this hottest sex is crazy. And, but she was driving my life absolutely manipulative, insane. Sometimes those kitties are so cute, but they got sharp claws.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they got
the kitties have sharp claws.
And fangs too, man.
So like, sometimes it's like, hey, Kate, oh, I love this kitty. Go all crazy on you, wanting to go out at night, come in, they don't know what they want, and so, that was a really big one where I had to say no to some really, really beautiful women that were taken off my path, that they didn't understand the warrior archetype. And this is a big thing nowadays because a lot of women don't understand the fucking warrior archetype, and we have to teach them how to treat us, because a lot of these men day and age are just fucking pussies, and they let the woman just like walk all over them. And so we have to really educate women how we prefer to be treated, and like how to prefer to treat a real man, and what is a real woman, not this like fairy tale new agey kind of weird like bullshit,
like these Instagram thoughts, man.
Yeah, man. So, and this is going back to it. This is why I like the real good value system of like, okay, you're going to get with a woman. Is she wife material? Like, does she cook? Does she clean? Does she support you? Does she fucking like say how great you look when you're working out and encourage you? Is she working out, at the same level as you? Are you making a harmony? Are we making a team together? And if it's not happening and you're spending so much energy just to get a little affection and a little poo-tang or something, every man's going to come up to that. You're selling yourself short.
Yeah, Casey, because they call that being
You know?
evenly yoked in the Bible. It says you must be evenly yoked,
Mm,
like a yoke is what's on the horses. So say you got a really big horse and a really small horse, they're not evenly yoked, so the big horse is doing all the work. You know what I mean? So if the woman is
yep.
not, like you said, supportive and cleaning and cooking and making it's called uplifting you, right? Then man, she's not
Yep.
for you, man. But a lot of guys are so desperate and so thirsty, man, and so lonely, bro. They'll just take anything. I'd rather be by myself than have a girl that's gonna take me. Dude, I'm living a dream right now, man. I get to talk to you, get to
Yeah.
train with you, bro. We're gonna be
This
doing
is
dojo
great.
stuff, martial art stuff. I don't have to answer to any
Oh
female,
yeah.
man. Yeah, cause just so you know, man,
Yep.
I just had to stay focused on what I'm doing, man. Be true to myself, bro.
That's right. It's kind of interesting that this is coming up in the talk. I didn't mean for this to come
Oh,
up at
that's
all, but
okay,
I'm
bro.
just
We
gonna
just
use
talking
this.
about
I'm
warrior
gonna
stuff.
just Yeah, I'm just gonna use this as an example real quick, just because like it came up a couple times in this conversation, and that's Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not Christian or anything or born again, but I'm gonna say like, was Jesus after Putang and money? No, no, he was after being the greatest version of himself and helping people understand themselves. And there's nothing more fulfilling than a fulfilling message, and a
Right.
fulfilling purpose,
Definitely.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so many men get off their purpose and they chameleon into a girl's life. And there's a word now. They're being fucking simps. Have you
Yeah.
heard this word, the simp?
Yeah.
And so a simp just shovels out for girls and changes everything about him to match this girl. I've done this. I've done this before. Remember that one hippie girl that I was dating back in the
Yeah.
day at the
No,
dojo?
I
And
remember.
she made me, I had to be vegan. I had
Yep.
to be more hippie like, change my lifestyle,
I
change
remember.
like a lot of my events that I was doing.
I
And all
remember.
my friends were like, "Casey, you're changing a lot."
Yeah.
And I was putting her up a lot and supporting her in different ways. And it backfired on me. So that was one of the greatest lessons, to not be a fucking simp.
Right.
Don't be a fucking simp. Don't put up with that bullshit.
Hey, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to
So
know when you're being a sim because you're so in love and you're so in lust and you're so enamored with the beauty of this little kitty cat, this creature, bro. Sometimes you gotta look in the
yeah,
mirror and say, "Hey, am I being true to myself, man?" You know, you
yeah,
gotta be true to yourself always.
yeah.
You gotta check in with yourself. It's called checking yourself, man.
That's right. That's right, man. That's right. And there's times to indulge in those levels, but you gotta make sure you're balanced. And that's what all the training is about, is keeping your balance. And that's that warrior integrity, that you're not always in some kind of weird emotional shit with females. And through my warrior journey and being a young man, I keep reflecting on that. What is inner strength, to like show up no matter what you're going through. And this is what I love about training and consistent practice. It doesn't fucking matter what I'm going through. I'm going to train every single day. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and that's, for me, that's like my personal cornerstone of strength, you know? So, I wish and building on that, I make that more and more. But like, if I'm having a bad time, I go work it out. Like when I do, we do the different martial arts, right? But Tai Chi for me is something is very internal to me, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very meditative, and it's very personal experience. And I recommend anyone in any martial arts journey that you guys pick up a little Tai Chi and get the Tai Chi Classics book. There's a
Okay, I'm
lot
gonna
of
get
great
that
wisdom
book.
in there.
I'm gonna get that book. It's called the Tai Chi
Absolutely.
Classics.
Yeah, the Tai Chi Classics. And it has all the, Tai Chi poetry and everything, because back in the day, they weren't educated and they couldn't write everything down. So they had to remember things in poems and songs,
Okay.
you know? And so those are really important to know. But
Mm-hmm.
when I go do my Tai Chi and I do my energy work and I do my breathing and I do my movement, I'm doing my energetic alchemy and transforming those emotions and all that rage in my body to a balanced perspective where I can act. Because I always want to come back to my center, you know? As we know in martial arts, when you act out of balance and out of center, it works against you,
Right.
but when you can act from a place of balance and where you can match any energy and redirect it, that's the way.
Hey, I wanted to share something with you real quick, Sensei Casey, because this is, I think it's very pertinent to what you said. But right now, I'm studying two different martial arts. Like I like to train with other instructors just to keep myself growing and keep myself in check and just keep myself relevant, right? So right now I'm taking it's kind of different up here in Central California. The dojos are open. What they do is they take the
Yeah.
mats outside and they section off an area, and then you do your work outside, man. It's outside,
Yeah.
right? So right now I'm doing combat hapkido, and then I'm doing the
Nice.
Eskrima Filipino knife fighting, right?
That's
But here's
awesome.
the problem. I'm just gonna be transparent with you. I get up at 2 in the morning and I go to this functional gym. Like, you ever seen this series called Ninja Warriors, where you got to go through all these obstacles and stuff like that? Well, I train at a gym like that, but with the California code, you gotta take the equipment outside, man. You know. So what I do is I get up at 2 in the morning, bro, and I pull the stuff outside and I go through all of my like plyometrics and all that, and then I do my combined martial arts flowing stuff at 2 in the morning. So when I trained last night with the sensei, you know, he wants to inculcate his method of training, which I respect. But we stayed up till 9, dude, till 9 o'clock. So then I got home and took a shower, and I was so beat up I didn't fall asleep till 11. Then I had to turn around and get up at 2. So when the alarm went off at 2, no, you got the dude on the right and the dude on the left. The dude on the left goes, "Oh man, you know what? You worked out till 9 last night, man. Because normally we're done at 7:30. You worked out till 9 last night. You deserve to sleep in." And the dude on the right is like, "Nah, man, fuck that shit, man. Either you're a warrior, man, or you're a wimpy bitch boy. Which one are you?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm definitely not a wimpy bitch boy. So what do warriors do?" I get up even when I'm tired and I'm sore. So I got up this morning and I did my thing, bro. I did my thing no matter what, bro.
Wow. So what time do you usually go to bed? Because you wake up at 2 to go train?
Yeah, they're normally in bed by 8 because I got to get up at 2. But then dude was like, "No, we're going to go over these advanced concepts. We're going to go really deeply into the details of the techniques, man. And we're just doing it over and over and over." And then by the time I got home and took a shower, you know what I mean? And then it's like 11 o'clock. And I was exhausted.
That's amazing, man.
No, I'm just saying, you know, I was just adding what you said, you know what I mean?
When did you pick up the 2 a.m. training?
When they locked down the when they did the COVID-19 lockdown of the gyms. Remember when they locked the gyms down and everything?
Yeah.
Like, I got to be honest with you, Casey. I got to be honest with you, man. You know, we're both Aries, bro. But with my personality, and I troubleshoot myself, right? And the quickest way for me to get in trouble is to not work out, bro. Because I got this. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wake up in the morning, I got this fiery, like, dark energy, bro. I'm just, I don't know. I'm thinking murderous thoughts, man. Just grabbing people and eating them and shit. You know what I mean? But no, when I go work out, right? When I go work out, like really hard, bro, just work out, man. Get in the zone. Just work plyometrics, martial arts. You know what I'm saying? It kind of releases it all and turns me into a positive, happy dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember when Mr. T used to be like, I remember Mr. T, man. I don't know if you remember him. He's the toughest bouncer in America. Mr. T was like, "You people in America should be very thankful that I'm on the good side because I got a very, very bad side." So I've learned how to keep my bad side in check is by working out. So when I miss workouts, bro, that's why I can't have a girlfriend that doesn't, man, when I miss workouts, bro, I'm going on the dark side like Big Cow, bro. I'm like having PTSD. I'm thinking about bodies. I'm thinking about missions I've been on. And so the working out, bro, just keeps me, that's my meditation, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I've had girlfriends that, you know, I'm on my heavy workout schedule and they keep me up too late, you know, and then my body doesn't get enough recovery, you know? And so that's another thing. Like, you got to be really, you know, you got to really keep that in check, you know, because you're going to get run down so fast. So you're the man, dude. I applaud you, bro.
Well,
2 a.m. training, that's the real deal right there.
No, but that's the only way I can get it in, because otherwise, man, you got all these other barbarians. We got to share the bars, and it's just crazy. It's just like a zoo, man. It's like a zombie feeding fest, man. Like once 5 o'clock comes, bro, everybody's in there just trying to get it in, right? So I'm just like, I got to go at 2 in the morning because I'm by myself, and I can just get it in, man, and I can just like clear my head and prepare for the day. You know what I mean? That's my therapy.
So you usually go to bed, like you work out for like 2 hours usually, and then you go back to bed?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude.
Well, no. What I do is I work out for 2 hours, man. and then I do my isogenic shake, man. And then I go
Nice.
for like what I call a walk run. So what I do is I walk for about a mile, and then I run for a quarter of a mile, and then I walk for a mile, and I run for a quarter of a mile, and I walk for a mile, run for a quarter of a mile. So I'm doing like the
that's
hit.
cool.
Then I come home and shower and I stretch, and then I go to bed, man. Then I wake up and I start like doing my studies for digital marketing and insurance and stuff like that, man.
Nice, but that isogenics really helps keep you on point and restored.
Oh, dude, when I
and
drink
everything.
it, man, like, dude, like,
yeah,
it's the pharmaceutical grade. Like, it just empowers my body, man. It's like it gives me power and strength, bro, and then it keeps me from being hungry. And that's why I talk to people about it, man, because this is the nutrition that's in it, man, it just makes me feel like Superman, dude.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Dude, where you are a true inspiration, my brother. You got everything going on. That's the training schedule, hitting the YouTube series, the isogenics. Yeah. You're doing everything right, my man. How is it leaving, so I don't know if it's okay to talk about this, but, Rico was very, successful in IT, but, he decided to leave that to be the full, real Mr. OG Silverback,
Right.
Yeah. How's that transition going for you?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Since you asked, man, it's the best thing I ever did. I'm gonna tell you why, man. And since you brought up the Bible, I'm just because I believe in I study Islam, I study Judaism, I study Catholicism, I study I believe in just a higher power, right? But in the Bible, it says, man, be careful not to worship, mammon, which is money. And I'm just being honest with you guys. No offense to anybody out there, but the IT industry, they pay you so good and they pay you so well. They pay you so much money. But dude, that's your whole life. Like, you give up martial arts, bro. You give up spirituality. You give up relationships. You give up your health. You give up everything for the mighty dollar. And once I made the transition, man, I'm just so much more happier with my life, because there was many times, bro, when you were traveling all over the world, being bodyguarded, man, you were doing martial arts seminars. I wanted to go with you, man. But I had my stinking IT job, man. Working 16 hours a day, bro. Eating crappy food, bro. You know what I mean? Getting yelled at, man. Hey, the firewall's down. The network's down, right? Now, dude, it's quality of life, dude. I'm so happy I'm living a dream, man. And with, good friends like you, man, we're going to build this, like, YouTube thing up, helping out young men with martial arts, man. Positive influence and stuff, man. Nutritional counseling. Life is good, man.
100% living for that purpose and that message, man. That's so true. Don't worship mammon.
Nah,
bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that's a whole another dark path. Hey, but I gotta tell you, Sensei Casey, YouTube only keeps me to 30 minutes, man. So I gotta wrap this up. Maybe we could continue on the next one, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And hey, I'm really glad you're free of those golden handcuffs or that golden cage, man.
Me too, bro.
And that you're doing your thing, man. I'm really proud of you. And yeah, guys, OG's the real deal, for true inspiration. He's a great man, always inspiring me on the complete nutrition, the complete workouts, always learning new martial arts material. This is really the guy right here.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Casey. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. All right, buddy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.